Hello, boys and girls. Ultimate Hero here. Okay, we did this recording once, and it failed, so we're going to be doing it again, but it's probably not going to sound as well informed. But, oh well. We're going to try and get it done this time. We got most of it up, and Christy has the links to get a refresher if she needs it. So, let's introduce everybody. Christy, say hi.
Hi.
And Derek, say hi.
What's up? It's Skidaro here.
We lost our enthusiasm because it was so late, and we lost it all because of all the talk we had before this.
Yeah, and whose fault was it for his program to shut down after 20 minutes of talking?
Derek?
Pulse.
Okay, seriously, it was your fault because your internet would not stop. Then you would sing because you couldn't hear us.
Yeah, I kept singing during that.
Okay, enough of that. The turn order is a little different for this one in particular. It's going to be Derek, then me, then Christy, and we're going to probably put this after the videos because, yeah, reasons are because we recorded those videos the day before the Xbox One, so we might as well need to talk about it and see if it's going to change our hopes for E3. Anyway, Derek, go first.
Okay, well, if I had to describe anything about the conference, is that it was just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Seriously, they had a lot of potential to show off the Xbox One, but they didn't. And what I mean by that is that they could have showed off a lot of games on there, but they mainly just stuck to, like,
Call of Duty.
sports games. Yeah, Call of Duty, sports games, and racing games, which, you know, those are popular, I will say. But there's more meat and bones to the system than meets the eye, what it appears. Oh, and don't get me started on the actual device itself. I mean, yeah, you could do a lot of stuff at once, but would you really want to? And besides, voice recognition? Are you serious? You could easily just push a button and automatically turn something on. So I don't know what they were thinking on that one. Plus, it could get really irritating if there's like multiple sounds at once coming from the same direction, which I'm hearing that the Xbox One is supposed to recognize like what's directly in front of it, but you know, a lot of stuff could be in front of it. Also, I just want to say that the acting during the conference was so bad. I mean, during that one Skype call with that one...
it's like, you know.
Yeah, the guy on the call was just completely lifeless. Like, oh, hi. Oh, make sure to show that one thing where I'm the winner. Is like, okay, sure.
You're egotistical as shit.
Yeah, and the audience was just eating this up. Which, by the way, you can pretty much tell that that was a paid audience.
It was the employees. It was not the press.
I doubt it's a paid audience. And
it was just the employees just sitting there. Yeah.
Well, they're getting paid by their company. Anyway, one last thing I would like to add is that I've done a little more research in the Xbox One, and apparently in order to play your games, you have to be mostly online, because if you want to do anything, you're going to have to tap into your Xbox Live account. And that also adds into the player's fee for playing any of their games. If you are a friend who wants to play one person's game on your system, you're going to have to pay a fee in order to play that game, which I call BS on, because that should be free to play. There's no charging if you want to borrow. I don't know what they're thinking on that, but yeah.
Derek, to add on to the thing about the whole online thing, it's like they had an option, like some games don't have to do that, but most, like a developer said that should be the thing, like it should Xbox should always be online for the games. I'm like sitting here like, why?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, why?
so is that all you had to say, or is there any more?
I want to say,
You got time.
yeah,
so
I'll
feel
probably
free to
think of some. I'll probably think of something later. I don't know.
go. Alright then. I guess I'll go next. Okay. Continuing on with what Derek said, at least at the beginning, the console itself, as I think we said in the last recording, kind of looks like a VCR.
Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to add too. The console
right now, or at the beginning of the video. I'll try to remember.
Yeah,
Anyway,
the
you
console
should
looks
see
like
it.
a freaking
It's something that was
box.
reblogged from 4chan, or it was from 4chan, got on Tumblr, so I just got the image, and yeah. Anyway, so to go on, I'm not gonna bash on its design. It kind of looks alright. It looks like an alright design.
It has a
But
built-in Kinect system to it.
yeah, the Kinect is mandatory. So
Yeah.
it's going to be
And we
even
all
more
know how much
expensive.
we all love the Kinect.
That's,
Flaring arms like fucking monkeys.
I'll get to that in a moment. Anyway, in terms of everything around counting Connect, it's just really it's nothing too special. The controller kind of it looks virtually the same, just a little updated design, and it's meant now it's going to have a standard color of black, which is
I
fine
agree
with
with
me.
that.
I like the colors, yeah, but still, it's relatively the same thing. They say it's a lot more better, I guess, but I don't buy that. It kind of looks more of the same thing. They said all these new innovative functions, but really it doesn't seem to be that way. Now, if they can prove me wrong, feel free to. I'm
Yeah,
all
speaking
for that.
about innovation in design, I heard they're like talking a lot about the system itself, like what's actually in the system, like 1 billion transistors with gigabytes of data. I mean, who's going to understand that except someone who's actually into that
Like
kind of
really
stuff?
techie
Thank you,
person.
Derek. That was
A
exactly what I was
normal
going to say
family won't
next.
be able to understand it.
I'm sorry.
I was the one that said it in the last recording. So, anyway, so yes, as Derek put it out, yeah, they were talking a lot about technical parts and upgrades, which to some people like me and others that are into computers and all that, who understand what gigs and RAMs and all that is for, they will understand it. But then there's going to be a lot of people who might not because they just want to play the game to play the game and they just
Like
want
the
to know
common
what.
family, and like
Yeah, not
Mhm.
they're like someone like this, either a computer major, just into computers, would understand, but those that are just regular old gamers who just want to know what the next big thing is coming, they probably wouldn't understand it anyway. It's going to be really confusing. So they were very technical on the presentation. And as for the Xbox itself, it's nothing but to me it feels nothing more like a really big upgrade, which is nothing I would rather want really. And again, online is just BS to me. I kind of don't want to be online all the time because really about what 1 in 3 homes have internet, so that's 33%. I would understand if it's like 75 to 85%, where that's a big majority. I can understand why they go if we had that kind of thing, but no, not hardly any homes have it. Yes, it's 1 in 3, but overall the majority is not everybody has internet in their homes.
That's
and
ultimately
not
going to
everybody
screw
has
over
it
Microsoft.
stable either.
Yeah, so they shouldn't have that online all the time because not everybody has it. And you know what? They better not respond like that former employee who's saying, you don't have it online? Deal with it. Mind you, hashtag deal with it. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, let's see if they don't do that again because we were really pissed off with that one guy. So let's see if they do that again. They can't really respond that way, so it's hard for them to reply to our questions now that since they had that slip up with the employee, which they have since then fired, which I'm happy for.
Yay.
Anyway.
Uh-huh.
Aside from that, the games, the reason why they showed sports games because they're common, and the other reason, but people complaining about where are the games? Well, E3 is around the corner. I think E3 is the better chance to show off the games because not everybody's going to watch the press conference, but they are likely going to watch E3.
Also,
So-
I also want to add to that about the games, is that the games they actually did show, they kind of look too good to be true with that kind of system.
Yeah, but
Like,
because
they
they're
have-
saying it's beyond HD because well, HD is becoming a standard now, so they're trying to beat the standard, which I can see why, but I don't know if they can do it successfully or not. Whether it's
Like
successful is
Like,
up
what,
to
real life?
Yeah, which that's going to be an impossibility. I doubt they'll ever get real life perfectly. Have we all forgotten about the Sonic CD?
Oh, yeah.
But that one was a bunch of animated. Those were just a bunch of little movies, not.
That was
Into
the
a game.
closest thing to real life.
Yeah, so if they want to try it, feel free to. But I'll get my Tumblr You Tried sticker ready. Anyway,
Mhm.
next up, really, there is some other things. Oh yeah, the Connect and Smart Glass. They don't want to shut up about that. Now, Smart Glass is still young, so I can see why they talk about that. Connect, we've seen it, and we're pretty
And
much.
it hasn't been working.
Yeah, we've seen
Nope,
it.
not at
and
all.
It's pretty much done. It's a done deal. It's done for good, or rather, motion controls are done. Wii U still has some slight controls, but that's because well, it's the sequel to the Wii, so it makes sense to have something of it left rather than nothing. And
It's
besides, they're
mainly
nothing
gonna
too
focus
major.
on- It's
Yeah,
mainly going to focus on the touchpad.
yeah, they're using a lot more of the touchpad, kind of like how when the transition from Game Boy Advance to the Nintendo DS, which we
Mhm.
all know the Nintendo DS was a very good success.
Yeah.
I love mine.
Yes. Anyway, so the Kinect should be pretty much dead, but Microsoft, I'll give them credit for having some
Balls.
persistence or tenacity, but this one's pretty much dead. They're just trying to drag this dead horse for as
When
long as they
and they're
can.
forcing it down our throats, like we do.
Yeah, now it's mandatory
Yep,
because
they
I
are
really,
beating a dead horse by this point.
And
yeah.
like, so it's very
Well, they're not
sad.
beating it; they're dragging it as far as they can.
It's like, come on, let's go connect. Ew.
Yeah, and the only reason it's gonna sell now, they're gonna say, "Oh, look, Connect is selling." Well, because it's all
you added
mandatory.
it.
Because it's mandatory. If there's a way to tell it if it's being used properly or often, then they'll know how good it is. Because if really, I wouldn't even connect it. But apparently, you have to actually connect
You
the
can't
Connect.
connect it.
Yes, connect the Connect, whatever. So you have to connect it. If you have to, I'm gonna be pissed. But as long as I don't have to actually use it to get around, because yes, I think they said you can use the controller instead, which is fine with me. I'll take it. And then finally, for me, is the presentation itself. I don't like it. It was very technical, which I could
And
understand.
boring.
But again, yes. God
Like
damn it,
stage-
Christy, stop
it's-
stealing my thunder.
Try-
So it was very technical to some. Fine for me, but again, not so fine for others. Which I'm not saying they're dumb. They just didn't. They chose not to bother with that. Which, yeah, that's understandable. But, and it was really, as Christy said, thank you, Christy, boring.
Oh.
It was really lame. It was just stale. I mean, I'm not expecting super hyped up energy because, oh god, then I wouldn't want that. I don't like obnoxiousness.
Freaking Mr. Caffeine again.
And then don't get me started. They were very repetitive. That was the thing that killed it for me. And I'm not just saying, oh, Xbox One. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about they keep saying next generation, next generation, next generation, next
And Josh,
generation.
You know, it's like, oh, you want to see that again? No. They kept
No.
like showing like the same thing 10 million times. Like we saw
Yeah.
it, but we don't have short attention spans.
Like I said before, smoke and mirrors.
Well, actually, short attention spans. Well, then again, they have a fan base of 12-year-olds, so I think that might be for them more than for us.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not saying all the fandom is like that, but there are a lot of them, much more than other sides, than the other two. Now, and then, how do we put it? How it was just presented was bad, and it didn't feel at the end of the day, I didn't really like it after I watched it. I didn't feel too happy about it. I want to see if there's some more gimmicks that we don't know about, like any new features or just the main, like a new mechanic that we have yet to see that's gonna change it, actually change it. That's not the same or just an upgrade. I'm all ears. I want to see it because otherwise, I'm sticking with Sony and Nintendo. I don't know if I get the PS4 or Wii U. I don't know. Depends on which Persona 5 comes out on, or whichever, or
Connect
Smash,
only.
or Smash Brothers. Which, yeah.
Josh, connect only.
Yeah. Anyway, how Sony and Nintendo presented it was much better than Microsoft because Nintendo just presented it out of nowhere. It's like, hey, we got this new console coming in. Get psyched. That was all they did. That's pretty much all they said, and it was done. They just mentioned the name, showed off a little bit of it, and people were dying to hear more. Sony, they hyped it up, but the presentation was filled with energy. And they weren't so talkative. Mind you, I didn't see it all. I saw bits and pieces, but I saw enough so I could feel, as I was watching it, I could feel the energy of it going through me.
Like the hype.
Yeah, I could feel the hype from the audience, or rather, I could even feel the hype from the creators and from the system itself. This one, it was like a tech show. It's
Yeah.
like I'm trying to see the insides of this
Yeah.
new model computer that Microsoft was unveiling or something.
Well,
And,
Microsoft's strong point is computers.
Yeah, so
And,
that's why they should have
wait.
just stuck to. But
and at both Nintendo and Sony, they actually had press there, not entire freaking stage filled with employees acting like they
Well,
give a shit.
well, I don't know if Sony did the same with if
Well, they had some
employees
press
too. I
there,
don't
I
know.
think.
I don't know if they
They-
used employees too.
They had some employees, but they had a lot of press there, I believe,
Yeah,
as well.
but I don't know. I just really like the other two presentations over Microsoft. But it really does just matter of what happens with Microsoft soon. We'll see if they have more stuff at E3, but otherwise I'm not all too excited for it. It's nothing truly special, just an upgrade. And with
Yeah.
with a lot of deficits that just don't balance each other out. I'm more on the bottom side of the scale than the up. Like if you have to place yourself on the scale, which side you're going to be on the bottom side, no matter what. That's how it feels to me.
That's pretty much everyone else too.
Yeah, I mean PS4 had some slip-ups that were going to happen. Like they were going the same path as like as Microsoft, but yeah, a lot of people, like the press and a lot of gaming companies, are saying, you shouldn't do that, and they at least listened and took it to heart. While Microsoft's like, no, deal with it to us. Mind you, the guy was even being sassy with BioWare. Like, you don't fuck with BioWare.
By the way, Josh, how many minutes are we at? We don't want this to crash again.
15. So I'm
Okay.
done. That's all I'm gonna say. Christy, go.
Okay, the first thing is that you have to pay fee for use games. Why? I have no idea. But then, I've just read this, and on the Xbox One you can have multiple accounts, but they can all have Xbox Live if you have one account, which makes no absolute sense, saying if your friend can't play a game of yours, but multiple accounts on your Xbox One can all have Xbox Live if one account has it. It makes no absolute sense. Another thing is that like, your Xbox account on your 360. Oh, about that, you can't play Xbox 360 games. You can't play any arcade games you bought on your Xbox 360. The only thing that would transfer is your gamer tag and your gamer points. Like, anybody really cares about your gamer points that damn much.
A lot of people do, apparently.
Mm.
I like the
It's
trophy
very popular
mechanic
these
more.
days.
You know, egotistical people. And I think the last, I only have one more thing that's huge to me, is the whole snap mode feature. Like, oh, you can watch a movie, go on the internet, play a game at the same damn time.
Yeah, it was like what I
Yeah.
was saying before about who's going to be doing it all at once.
Yeah.
Nobody. It's like, and plus you have a computer for that. If you have an Xbox One, you have a computer for that. All of that. You have a smartphone. You have a tablet. You don't need an Xbox One to do all that stuff.
It
I
only
don't
does
see why-
everything. They're trying
You
to
know.
steal from Sony.
You know.
That's
heck,
And-
even,
what, Derek?
I was like, heck, even right now, I have Google Chrome open. I have, like, a website open for the Xbox One. I have YouTube open. I also have Minecraft open. Okay, no, I'm just kidding about the Minecraft, but,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying here.
That was one thing, and yes, the people could make the arguments like, "Oh, Nintendo does the same thing," but Nintendo said it in a different way that makes more logical sense. Because, I gave a scenario like this. So I'll make it quick again. Made a scenario in the past video, so let's do it again. So, like, if a kid in the living room is playing Mario Brothers, let's say he's playing New Super Mario Brothers U, and the parents say, "I want to watch my show." Well, the parent has the final say in this case, so guess what? She's going to turn on the TV and watch her show. But you can turn on the game, you can play the game while somebody's watching TV. Now that is a much more logical and a nicer thing that you can see. So it's like, okay, just in case somebody wants to watch TV, I don't have to be a dick and say, no, go watch elsewhere. It's like, sure, you can go watch it. I'm just going to play my game here.
Yeah.
Unlike this
Plus,
one.
like, with the Wii U, you could just pause and go to the home screen and then choose what you want to do. Like, you could go to Miiverse, you could go to the homepage, you could do anything. All at one at a time. You don't have to do it all at the same time.
Yeah, because there's only so much you can handle at once. But anyway, Christy, go on.
That's it.
That was
That's all
it?
I say. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool.
All right, then. Okay. Now then, Christy, what was that question you asked us at the end of the last video?
Do you think your opinion will change about E3 after seeing the Xbox
In
One?
terms of who's going to do the best and worst?
Yep.
I think it pretty much set Microsoft in stone for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't
personally
think-
think still Nintendo's going to rise.
I'll be more
on top.
surprised if it leaves its spot than stays in it.
Hmm
You know.
Judging by what we've been seeing the past few years from Microsoft, I think we could say this one's going to be set in stone too.
Yeah, I'm more interested in Sony and Wii U. Well, Wii U's already out, but I'm
Yeah.
more interested in the PlayStation 4 than Microsoft's with Xbox. But I'll watch all the conferences, of course. I will watch them all.
Also, speaking of which, Xbox One. Wasn't there technically already an Xbox One?
Yeah, and now they decided, oh, Xbox 360. You could have went with Xbox 720 to, give,
Yeah,
where
but
you're
they don't
at.
want to go with expected names because that's how everybody is.
And,
Yeah.
it's like, we want console to be number one, guys.
Look at
Leave it
Nintendo.
Xbox
They
One.
didn't want to be Wii 2. They wanted to be Wii U. How original!
I know, it makes
Hey
the
man,
Wii U
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm running out of time, so Derek, say goodbye.
Bye.
Christy, say goodbye.
Get bent and bye.
Get bent! Alright, so see you guys later. Until then, next time, stay gold.